Fans, what's going on? Let's talk some Detroit Lions this afternoon. We got a lot to talk about. It's postseason now. The Lions have secured their pick at number 7. There's a lot of quarterbacks in this draft. But first and foremost, before we can get into any of that and who's getting signed and who's coming back and who's getting traded, we have step number 1. And step number 1 is to bring a GM and coach in here. We have 2 important interviews this week. Robert Saleh and Eric Bieniemy. I'm on board for both, to be honest. Robert Saleh simply because, yes, he's from here. He knows the Lions. He knows the situation and the history. But he's a leader. He's a leader of men. It's not too often that we've had coaches here. We're building a culture when Jim Caldwell was here. That's why all the players were so upset when he got fired. We had a culture before with Schwartz, to be honest. And I actually liked the coach. He was a leader of men. Schwartz just was in over his head as a head coach. He didn't have everything he needed as a head coach as far as the mental aspect of it. But he definitely gave a nasty personality and a tough culture to this team. So, those were the only 2 times where I've seen the Lions have a culture. We were question marks for the last 3 years. So, I want a guy that's going to bring a culture in here. Obviously, I want a guy that's a leader of men, a guy that is a stern but fair coach. That's what I'm looking for when it comes to Eric Bieniemy. Man, them guys have fun over there, not just because they're winning, because of the type of offense that they run. It fits, to me, it fits perfectly for the personnel that we have available, to be honest. Even though we don't know the future of Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay, we do have 2 tight ends. We do have DeAndre Swift. We have Jamal Agnew. We have Cephas. We have some guys here that will fit well because, let's be honest, Patrick Mahomes is a more athletic carbon copy of Matthew Stafford. They do all the same sidearms and flings and no-look passes. Dude, he would be great for the Detroit Lions. He would definitely know what to do with the personnel that we have. Now, do you go in this draft and get a quarterback at 7, being that there's so many available, and raise him up behind Stafford? I think that's the smartest thing to do. Some people want draft capital. I still don't trust the Lions when it comes to drafting. But some people want draft capital, so they want to trade Stafford, and I don't think the Lions are going to get what they want for Stafford. A lot of teams want him, but when it comes to putting up and shutting up, I think you're only going to get offered second-round picks. I want a first-round pick because he's already an established quarterback, and his arm has not slighted. So, I want a first-round pick. That's just me personally. So if you're going to do that, you better get a first-round pick. Don't go out here and get garbage like we've been doing when we trade guys. Just the history of Detroit sports, period. Every time we trade somebody, we don't get nothing for them. Seeing what the Pistons did with Drummond, you got absolutely 0. So, but that's that situation. We need to get these guys in here first and foremost. So those are very important interviews coming with those 2 guys. And then, of course, we have to still pick GM. So I'm hearing Snyder decline. That's what I heard. But, like I said, I'm just scared of the Lions are going to bring somebody in here that I don't have no faith in the Lions organization when it comes to bringing in the right guy. I just don't, man. And like I said, it's history. It's just history. It's proven history. So, we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. And when it does, then we can talk about who should stay, who should go, who's doing what are they going to do with this player and that player, and what we're going to do at head coach, things like that. Once they make that decision, it's going to open up everything. But like I said, it's a lot of question marks right now, and until that point, we're just going to be making a lot of assumptions and a lot of how I feel and what I think that they should do. That's what it's just going to be a lot of, because we don't know what direction they're trying to go. We are in the dark. We are in the dark. We just have to hope that they can get step one right, which is a correct staff. That has been our problem for a very long time, is getting the correct staff. And then when we did get a correct staff, you only got half of it. We have a coach, but then the GM is just, I mean, you know, Bob Quinn, first of all, the way Bob Quinn went about it was absolutely just disrespectful to me. Then number two, who you brought in here to replace him was, I mean, everybody knows by now. So, you know, but yeah, like I said, a lot for the Lions to do. So let me know what you guys think the Lions will do when it comes to this search. You know, it's some names out there, man, that I'm not happy with. I'm not happy with the Marvin Lewis interview. Like, what for what? You know what I'm saying? It's the same as the Scott Pioli interview to me. Like, why are you playing around, dude? It's like, come on. You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard. It's really not that hard, man. You have to look at what you have and what you're trying to do, and you bring in somebody that makes sense. Bring in somebody, use common sense. Why the Lions just cannot use common sense? It just, it's it's the biggest mystery in the city of Detroit, man. It's the biggest mystery in the city of Detroit. They just never can do what you just should do. Even when it comes to drafting players, it's like, dude, your biggest problem is defense. You going out getting just crazy picks, dog. Like, you in Hawaii. You have the best football conference right here in America. Your ass in Hawaii going to get Tavai. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And like I said, the smart, brainy dude thing, it doesn't work. I tried to tell people that. And then look what Bob Quinn did. So-called smart guy in a room bull crap. Football is not about stats and being smart. It's about knowing the game. Knowing the game. It's simple as that. Being able to recognize what you have and putting them out there and giving them the best opportunity to win. That's what the NFL is. It is a jock's game. It is not a geek's game. It's not. I don't know how many times I got to keep saying that. It is not for nerds. It's not. It is a jock's game. You have to know how to recognize when somebody has that it factor, especially when it comes to drafting. There's certain characteristics that you look for in players, man. And, you know, when you keep going based off analytics, it's going to bite you in the behind. Y'all should know that with both our franchises. So, it's more to the story than stats. That is only a piece of what you need. So, let's just pray they get the right guys in here. But let me know what you guys think, man, and leave it in the comments. Let's see what happens. Peace.